My day starts off as me trying my hardest to get out of bed, to not hit my snooze button and go back to sleep. Another 5 minutes, I tell myself, even though I know that's not the case. My bed is warm, comfortable, and it's only me. The outside is cold, scary, and filled with people. And this is when all the thoughts and anxiety floods in. I finally get out of bed and start getting ready for my day. I have multiple things I have to get done today, but I shut up my brain and just focus on the moment I am in right now. My day hasn't officially started yet, so I can just focus on getting ready for the long day I have planned. I'm finally ready for the day that is ahead of me, and I say goodbye to my mom and drive to work. Once I'm at work, I unload the donuts and set up for the 4.5 hour shift ahead of me. During our first hour rush, I'm constantly looking around at the customers in front of me, the customers in line, and the customers waiting for their drinks. I'm trying to judge if that specific customer has been waiting for a long time. I'm watching the person I just handed their drink to and trying to see if they like their drink or not. I can mostly only see the back of their heads, so it's hard to judge their facial expressions. That is one of my biggest fears. Making someone a drink and them not liking it. I'm always looking for ways to improve in my work. Once I hand a customer their drink, the whole overthinking process starts again with the next drink and the drinks to come. After that first rush dies down, I have a chance to sit down and relax. But instead, I use that time to get some homework done. Then, just like that, it's time for the second rush, which also means the anxiety and doubts come back, making sure I'm making the right drink while trying to make it fast enough so I don't make any customers mad, but also trying to give myself some grace and telling myself I'm doing my best and I can't speed up the machine. Making sure that my coworkers are doing good and getting their orders out too. Trying not to let the orders pile up behind me, trying to get the drinks out before service starts. It all starts to flood in yet again. Eventually, the rush ends and my brain slows down. Then we clean up, and I get to head home. On the way home, I decide to stop at Walmart. While walking in the store, the anxiety and panic keeps piling on me. Whether it's crossing the street, walking into the store, or making sure I'm getting the right type of apple pie. Finally, I get home. The place where I get to relax. But not quite yet. I have a few things to do before I can relax. I put up the groceries and also put up my clothes. While putting up my clothes, I realize that my closet needs a declutter, and I'll tell myself I'll do it later, even though I know I won't. I'll plan to, but I'll get distracted by the 7 other things I have to do. Once everything is put up, I sit down on my beanbag chair and place an order at a grocery store for my grandparents. Working on my phone starts to agitate me, so I move to the living room and work on my computer, except I have to wear a mask to be around my grandparents because I can't risk me getting them sick as well, which means I can't get a hug from my grandparents either. Once the order is placed, I finally get to eat lunch. The first meal of my day so far. A well-needed meal. During my shift, I'm so busy that I don't really get a chance to think about eating. After eating, I sit down to enjoy a show with my mom. I get to sit down and let my brain focus on one thing, not a million things like it has been throughout the day. I just get to focus on the show and nothing else. After watching an episode of the show, we go and get a car wash. The flashing lights and bubbles make me feel like a kid again. I can forget about all my other problems and just look at the lights. Then, just like that, I'm home again, and the real world resumes. Except not immediately. I get home and I just lay on my bed watching TV, hoping the problems I have will disappear if I ignore them for long enough, if I forget about them for a while. Turns out they don't, and they're still there, even when I tried to ignore them. After watching TV for an ungodly amount of time, I get up and get ready for bed. While getting unready, I scold myself for all the things I didn't get done, or I remind myself that I have a lot of things to do tomorrow. Or even I'm replaying the day in my head, replaying that one customer when I handed them the drink, they took a sip and didn't particularly look happy. Did they not like the drink? Did I make the right drink? Did I make the drink wrong? What did I do wrong? Or replaying when I was in the store and assuming that everyone is looking at me, judging me the way I do things. Those are the thoughts that flood my head. They aren't the thoughts of, this customer only likes it when you make their drink. Or that's just your social anxiety. I can probably bet they were not judging you. Or even, you are 17, you can't expect yourself to be perfect in everything you do. But I believe that I have to be. Everything I do has to be perfect, or in my mind, it isn't good enough. Finally, I can lay down in my bed and try to shut my brain off. I'm so close to that peace and quiet I've been longing for all day. I watch some YouTube videos before deciding to finally go to sleep. just trying to relax my mind. I make myself comfortable in bed and turn off some of my lights while leaving my pink flamingo light on. The warmness and comfort of my bed makes me feel safe and relaxed. I find rain noises to listen to and press play. Once I'm asleep, I get that peace and quiet. The peace and quiet that I will only experience when I'm asleep. I won't experience that when I'm awake because of the anxiety I struggle with. I wake up the next morning and tell myself, one day at a time.